things have changed considerably, mostly just because I realized on the first day of school that our classroom was not functional. When I tell you that this was my favorite moment of the day. Our superhero vowels have the power to say their name. Say power! Power! Say their name! Well, I did my best to sell this as much as I could. There's always going to be a couple like cool cats who are like, okay, whatever, like pretending like they're not excited about it, and they were asking me, begging me all day to teach them other stories. Hey there friends, it's Kate and welcome back to my channel, Golden State Educate. I am a third year second grade teacher here in Northern California, and welcome to the fourth day of school. So last week we started the first day of school. This is my second year teaching second grade, and so far I'm feeling like it's already off to a better start than last year. Last week was a little bit funky. Our first day of school was Wednesday, and then I actually had to take the day off on Friday to go to my friend's wedding. So today is the day that we like hit the ground running. I started vlogging this morning and then realized that because I had a substitute on Friday, there was quite a bit of things for me to do this morning. So I am getting back to you at the end of the day today, and I'm going to show you everything that we did. So I just wanted to show you my classroom as well, because if you watched classroom setup, I'm in the same classroom as I was last year, but I decided to like change things up a little bit. And in the last classroom setup vlog that I posted, things have changed considerably, mostly just because I realized on the first day of school that our classroom was not functional. So on the first day of school, we realized that the carpet did not fit. My table setup was terrible. Kids were crashing into each other everywhere. So yeah, I'm gonna turn you guys around, show you my classroom, show you what we're working with. And then I'll run you through some of our plans through the day. So if you aren't already, make sure to hit the red button down below and subscribe to my channel. Like this video if you like this, that way I know to post more vlogs throughout the school year. If you aren't already, follow me on Instagram. It's just Golden State Educate. All right, so our classroom is definitely like end of the day messy, but this is what we decided to change it to, or what I and my lovely coworkers helped me decide to change it to. I wasn't sure how I felt about table groups, but I think it just kind of works the best, and these kids have never been able to sit in table groups because kindergarten was basically online and first grade was still kind of socially distanced. So it's been really interesting for them getting used to sharing their supplies and sitting like very closely with each other. But I just think in terms of like teamwork and collaboration, it's gonna be a lot better for us. So right off the bat, the first thing that's different is I added our carpet spots back, and actually just this morning I changed them to have these little arrows. Because whenever we tried to do these partner talks or turn-in talks during the day, they had no idea who they were supposed to talk to, even though I showed them a million times. So life hack, if you don't already have the arrows, maybe try adding them. I didn't want to write directly on our sit spots and ruin them, so I'm hoping these arrows help them out. And I had to move our carpet, unfortunately. So I bought this carpet. It's like a 7x9, and I thought it was gonna be big enough for my second graders, but it is most definitely not. So if you have kindergartners, or if you have less than 22 kids, this carpet might be a little bit better for you, but I didn't want to roll it up and return it because I still really like the carpet, and it kind of fits perfectly in this area. So it is kind of sectioning off our comm corner and our library, and I really like the way that looks. And then when it comes to tables, right now I have 5 groups. These 3 groups in the back are groups of 4, and then these 2 groups are groups of 6, but there's only 5 at each group. So in case I get more students, I still have space for them. And then pretty much everything else is the same. So we have our writing center over here, which is not in use yet. We haven't started it. My little teacher area, and then I ended up switching some things around. I just really like teaching from right here. I tried teaching from that corner and it just doesn't work for me. Teaching from here really works because I can point to the TV, it's really close by, it's right there. I can point to our agenda in the morning. I can easily stand up and move the pieces to our calendar. So teaching from that corner was just dumb because the entire morning on the first day, I was just like pointing really far away, and it was not, just really not helpful for the kids. So here. It's close to my anchor chart section. It's close to everything that I need to reach. So I could already tell like the second day of school was so much smoother because we had moved things around. So I think that things are going to stay like this for potentially the rest of the year, or at least for a while. So I wanted to walk you guys through my slides. I'm trying something different this year and teaching with slides. And it's been interesting. I am still kind of getting used to it, of like clicking things and making sure the screen is saying like what I'm hoping it's saying. So yeah, that's been interesting, but so far so good. We started off with our morning assembly with our principal outside, and then they came in and we did our morning routine. We did our little feelings check-in. Then we did our morning routine, same as pretty much always. We did our class family promise. After that, we did our morning meeting. So we did our just regular saying good morning to each other and a handshake. And then we also did our sharing for what we did about our weekend, what we did over the weekend. And then the last one is our stand-up game. We didn't get a chance to play this on the first day of school when I had originally put it in the slides, so they had been asking about it. So here is what we did for that. Stand up if you've been on an airplane. All of these, I'm sure you've played this game with your class, or you've played it maybe for an icebreaker or something. Then we jumped into our look, listen, and learn chant. This is from Maylene Call. This is Calls Campers on Instagram and YouTube, so check this out from her if you haven't already. I might try to include it later on in this video as well. And then we jumped into our character lesson. So this is something new that I'm trying this year. Another thing that I'm trying that's new, but this was great for today. Our character lesson for the month is teamwork. And then we dissected this quote that says, alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. And the kiddos talked in groups about what they thought that meant. We had a couple other discussion questions like, what is teamwork? Why is it important? And when might you need teamwork? And then we did this really cute read aloud called That Fruit Is Mine. If you've never seen this, please get it. It's the perfect book for teaching teamwork and teaching collaboration. So I don't have the book, but I did link it on this free Vimeo video that I found, and it was just the best. After that, we did our buddy interview. So we got into pairs and we had a whole list of questions that I'll show you guys. We went to recess and we had another assembly about safe ways to get to school, because a lot of students do take bikes or ride. We jumped into math and reviewed what we did with our substitute last week, which was fact families with 10. We practiced using our whiteboards and filled in some number bonds. This is honestly like not the most exciting thing, but we got through that. And then we played a math game that I'll show you in a little bit. After that, we went to lunch. They finished up their math game if they hadn't already. They got a chance to read on Epic, or they did something from their catch-up folders. After that, we did our Have You Filled a Bucket Today book. I didn't get a chance to read this in the first couple days of school, so we caught up to it now and did a bucket filling lesson. Again, I'll show you that. We didn't get a chance to do brain break. We didn't get a chance to do jobs because they don't have them yet. Then we packed up and went straight to PE, which was at the end of the day, and that is when my prep is. So a lot of different things that we did today, but we got it all done, and I'm really proud of them because today was definitely long for all of us. So all they have to do is roll a dice, figure out how many they still need to get to 10, and then they write an equation for it and fill out this little number bond. I don't know if I got this from a coworker because there's no like TPT user. Hi friends, happy Tuesday. It is the end of Tuesday right now, and I feel like I have so much to say, so much to talk to you guys about, because boy, oh boy, is this long. Like, this is taking me a really long time to get used to for some reason. We changed our schedule at school, and we used to eat lunch from 12:10 to 12:50. And we changed it this year so that way primary, which is K2, eats lunch from 11:35 until 12:20. And our afternoon today and yesterday was so long. Like, instead of having basically from 1 to 2:50, which is like a little less than 2 hours, we have from 12:20 to 2:50. which is 2.5 hours, and it feels aggressive. We have science, and they're gonna have science a few times a week starting September 6th. But the crawl to get to September 6th, like our K2 staff keeps talking about how long our day is. So let me know when you guys have lunch and when you guys get out. Leave a comment down below, because I'm just dying to know, like, how long is everyone else's afternoon? Because this is crazy. Like, I am so dead right now. So we had a really good day. We did a lot of things. We had our first round of iReady testing. We really jumped into like our first math lesson today, which was interesting. And we started our SEL curriculum, which is the toolbox. So I think I'll just show you guys a little bit of my slides and kind of talk you guys through the high points of our day. So like always, we started with our morning meeting and our morning routine and our class family promise. And then we jumped straight into the iReady reading diagnostic because we want our whole grade level to take it at the same time. So if you don't know what iReady is, it's basically just our reading and our math program in terms of like, we don't use the curriculum, but we do use the technology. So we talked about trying our best on the iReady reading test. And then in order to cement that, I also read the Smart Cookie. They loved this. This is the newest one from the Jory John and Pete Oswald series. So there's also obviously the Cool Bean and the Couch Potato and the Good Egg and the Bad Seed. So we read the Smart Cookie and they were so excited because they haven't seen this one yet. They did see some of the other ones. So they loved this. And I also introduced my Smart Cookie equity sticks. I will leave a link down below with the video of me making these. It's literally just a popsicle stick and their number and a little Smart Cookie at the end. So when I call on them using equity sticks, it's like less anxiety provoking because it's like a cute little cookie. And my class last year was obsessed, and my class this year is already really excited about it. So we talked about our iReady reading diagnostic. And then I'm kind of getting the hang of my slides today. It was a lot better. We talked about students' jobs, which is to work slowly, work independently, and try their best. And then my job as the teacher is to make sure that they are trying their best and do any tech support. Once they did their iReady test, the first thing they did was their iReady lessons. After that, we did yoga. I've never done yoga with my class, but a lot of their teachers did it a ton last year, so I thought I would try it out. And you guys, when I tell you that this was my favorite moment of the day, they came in from recess, we did our yoga, it was 12 minutes of silence and breathing and mindfulness, and they did such a good job. So this is the Cosmic Kids mindful exercises, and it was incredible. So incredible that I realized I needed to introduce our whole class management, which is our We Make Good Choices. I talked a little bit about this during one of my classroom setup videos, but I will go over it again. So last year, my students always got, let me put you guys up here. Last year, my students always got Friday free choice. And it turned into like, everyone was getting Friday free choice even if they didn't earn it. So I wanted to make sure it was something that we earned. And last year I was constantly having my class work for like giant whole class parties, but I wanted that to be something that like they worked really hard for. So we didn't have too many whole class parties, but we did have free choice every single week. So what I decided to do this year is, instead of having big parties or working towards big parties, we are gonna work for Friday free choice. And this is how we're gonna do it. So I just got this little choice board thing. I'll link it down below. And it comes with all of these letters. So when the whole class is doing something that they're supposed to do, whether that be a transition or handling their supplies or raising their hands or lining up, without me asking to, they get a letter. And if they get all the letters to choices by the end of the week, they can get Friday free choice at the end of the day on Friday. So we had a long chat about making good choices, and as you can see, they did get 2 letters today. So hopefully we will get letters for the rest of the week. We have art every single Tuesday, which means we only have our math block 4 days a week. And I'm hoping that if there's Fridays where we don't get free choice, we can just add in like an extra math lesson at the end of the week. But I don't really love math, and they don't either. So hopefully that is a good incentive for all of us because sometimes I forgot to give them class points last year. So this is gonna remind me to give the class points because I want Friday free choice too. We also started handwriting boot camp today. These kids are my kindergartners that I had 2 years ago, so I can honestly blame myself for a lot of their poor handwriting, and some of them I can blame other people, but for the most part, we all have pretty rough handwriting. So we watched our brain pop about lowercase and capital letters, and then I taught something new this year, which is called sky, grass, dirt letters, and this is what they look like. The letters that go high into the sky above that middle line are sky letters. And then the letters that are below that middle line but above the bottom line are grass letters. And then all the letters that dip below that bottom line are dirt letters. I'll link this video, it's just on YouTube, but it's awesome because it was like really interactive for the kids. They practiced saying each letter and had a movement that went along with it, and then there was like a little quiz at the end. So we said, what's the letter G? What kind of letter is it? A dirt letter. And then we did the little movement that went with it at the end. So we did all of those, and then we practiced a couple letters at a time. LOL, that's my classroom setup video that I just finished uploading. So then we practiced the letter C today. I was very explicit. We said C starts at the top of the grass, curves around the grass, and then touches the top of the dirt. We did our practice page, and then we also did O. O starts at the top of the grass. It curves around the grass, touches the top of the dirt, and then comes back up through the grass. So we did that today. This is from Handwriting Without Tears. This is our handwriting practice book, and I basically just edited it and changed it to make it work for me. So I will have the original resource linked below, and then I just kind of sliced it up. So what we did was I reordered the pages, and then I also listed all the letters as grass or sky or dirt. So since there's the most amount of grass, we're gonna do the grass first and then the sky, less dirt ones, so we're gonna do the dirt ones at last. So we did our C, we did all of our C practice pages, we went through them, and then at the end I gave them a star with my smelly marker, and they loved that. So I checked their C's, and some of them I was like, oh no, why is it going into the ground? Or oh no, why is it floating in space? It needs to hit the dirt and then curl back up a little bit. So that was great. And then on the back, they wrote as many words that start with the letter C as they could, which was fantastic. The only thing is next time we're gonna go a lot slower. There was kids that rushed through this, so we're gonna go slow tomorrow. So tomorrow we will do S and V, and I'm hoping that we can do a couple letters each day. Hi friends. So it is the end of the day on Thursday, and for some reason I completely forgot to vlog yesterday on Wednesday. I think I'm still like getting back into the habit of like daily vlogs, but yesterday was our best day yet. There's like a long chunk of time, I'm sure if you're a teacher you understand, like where you're still kind of getting used to your new class and you're just feeling like you miss your old kids. Like there's nothing wrong with the new class, you just don't know them yet and you miss your old class because like you knew them. So the first like 5 days I was just not really sure. But yesterday we had such a sweet day yesterday, and we got so much done, and they were so kind and so loving, and I was so proud of them. And just so much good stuff happened yesterday, and then that really like trickled over into today. And it's hard because I wasn't vlogging last year, so I don't really have like a point of reference to give you guys, but I feel like year 3 I really have my ish together. Like I came at this year in a very different way, and I feel like my teaching style is so far been a little bit different than it was last year, and it has been so nice, and it's really been working out for us. So I think all that I learned last year with a full year of teaching in person and also teaching the same grade and just having like the summer to reflect, I have been so happy the last few days. So happy. So yesterday was great. I'm looking over here because I'm looking at my slides because I already forgot what we did yesterday. We finished our iReady reading assessment, which was great. That went really well. We learned a couple new letters with our sky, grass, and then dirt letters. That was terrible. So what we do is they say sky and they put their hands up, and then we say grass and they touch their toes. And then it's dirt, and then they wiggle down into the dirt and like squat down. So I was just like flashing letter cards and they were shouting out and doing the sound or doing the motion of what they were. The 2 letters that we reviewed yesterday are S and V. And I really have just been going over like writing expectations a lot with them. Because coming from 1st grade to 2nd grade, it's a big jump and the expectations in writing are really high. And writing is one of my favorite things to teach, but it's really hard to teach if they don't have the basics down and if they're spending so long doing their letter formation because they don't know how to do it correctly. So that's been something I've been hitting hard this year because I didn't do handwriting at all last year and they really needed it. What else did we do? Oh, you guys, we did the best thing yesterday. Let me show you. I think I might have actually recorded this, but I need to make sure that like, you know, no kids' voices or like faces are in it. So it's like still anonymous, but we did one of my favorite back to school math games. I'm starting to teach them centers for math. So that way when we do jump into math, we can do like teacher guided center, tech center, and then some kind of like fluency or game or something. Last year, like I said, I only had I had a smaller class this year, so math was easier to teach whole group. But this year, like small group is gonna be really important. So I made this Friends of 10 rainbow chart. They made small versions of this with our substitute last Friday, but they all took them home. And I kept like referencing my small chart, but I realized we needed a big one. So I made this chart yesterday and we played our back to school Friends of 10 game to review. So really easy, all you need is a dice and a counter. If I do have a good video, I'll include it right here, but you basically just like roll the dice. Let's say you get a 6 and then you would need to jump 4 spaces because 6 plus 4 is 10. So really easy. We played this in small groups of 2 or 3 kids and they loved it. Because we're over here, I figure I might as well. We also did the Writing Superstar song, chant, and anchor chart from Mailing Call, Mrs. Call's Campers. And this was like even cuter than I thought it was going to be. Nothing could have prepared me for how cute this was. So like I said, writing is my favorite thing to teach. And we also already read How to Fill a Bucket, or Have You Filled a Bucket today, and talked about being bucket fillers. So our first writing, I decided to just try it out, see how it went. And we did a really guided writing of how to fill a bucket. So I can't remember if this was on Monday or Tuesday, but I think it was on Monday. On Monday, we read the book and then we did this bucket dipper chart, bucket filler chart that I showed you guys in the vlog earlier. And then we chose our 4 favorite ways and put them on this brainstorm sheet. Then we made a planning sheet and selected our 2 favorite ways that we had already written. And the thing that I've been loving most about slides is just how explicit I'm able to be with them. So we did the Writing Superstar, and then we did our introduction. So we talked about what is an introduction, and the kiddos brainstormed some different introductions that they might want to put. And then I had them choose one, and I modeled it with our Writing Superstar, capital letter always first, finger spaces, and our punctuation at the end. And this was so good for them. Every single kid, except for like 2 or 3 who are really still struggling with writing, were able to successfully do this. So the first day, which was yesterday, we did the introduction and we did the first example. So again, they gave a sentence stem. They helped me create these. They picked their favorite one. And then it was really easy for them to plug in their example that they wanted to use and put it in our first example. So today we moved on, since I could tell that they were really ready. We did our next example. We brainstormed a couple of quick sentence stems for that. And then we also talked about what is a conclusion, and we put our conclusion in. So we were ready for our neat sheet after we finished our complete planning sheet. The day before, we had read the Smart Cookie and I introduced them to our Smart Cookie sticks, which are right there. And then we did a little directed drawing and they turned out so cute. Here's mine. I'm deciding to dedicate this little section to like our art, like as we do them. I won't keep them up forever, but just for like a couple of weeks. But we did our little Smart Cookie and theirs turned out so cute, and I let them take it home. Today we just had a really simple day. Thursday is our minimum day, so we get out at noon, which is so nice after a full day on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I desperately needed today. And they also have PE today, so I have one of my preps, which is awesome. So really all we did was start the iReady Math diagnostic. We obviously went to PE. We did these 2 parts of our guided writing together. Oh, and we also talked a little bit about our library. We did some library checkout, which went really well. So yeah, today was super easy, super simple. So I think that's enough for this part of the video. Tomorrow is Friday. Yay. I'm so excited because this week has felt like so long, just so long. So, but luckily, I'm so lucky with my sweetie kids. I'm sure, you know, it's not gonna last forever. You know, we get tired of each other, behaviors come, but so far, so good for the beginning of the year. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay, so as you guys know, I have these giant windows in my classroom that are like, honestly, the reason I never ever want to leave this classroom. It's incredible, I love them. And the afternoon light in here is just like, so good. I'm loving it. And I got this tripod that sticks to like surfaces, and I was thinking like sometimes the big tripod that I have is just like not really convenient because I have to set it up, but I have like plenty of wall space, and this sticks to the whiteboard and it sticks to these windows, and like this is so nice. And like this is like not the most ugly corner of my classroom, so I'm excited to check that out. Anyways, it's Friday, we made it. It's the end of the day on Friday, and I am so excited. I forgot like how much effort the first full week of school takes, honestly. Like by 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock today, I was like, I really felt my battery like winding down. And it's sad because I was supposed to go camping this weekend. Long story short, I am not going camping this weekend. This week took it out of me, and like I need to still plan and get my life together for next weekend, or for next week. And I was gone all last weekend. So it's one of those times where like you just have to be, you know, I can either be a fun person or like a good teacher, and this week I'm gonna pick being a good teacher, and sometimes it just has to be like that. Anyways, we had a really good Friday. Today was our first day that we got to go to the school library. That went really well. Moved you guys. You're on the whiteboard now. All of our Make Good Choices. My class this year is so cute. All of our free choice points, we got to have Friday free choice. They finished their iReady diagnostics, so we can start small groups next week. But we also finished our bucket filler writing today, and like I said, this is the first like big writing we did this year, and a lot of them were able to write like 5 whole sentences. We sang our Writing Superstar song when we did our final copy. So let me see, I'm gonna keep it a little far away so you can't see her handwriting, but they turned out pretty good. I kept telling them add more detail to their pictures, and a lot of them were like, what do you mean by that? So I'm thinking next week I might do like an illustrations lesson. I know Maylene Call, I feel like I'm obsessed with her. I love you, Maylene, if you're watching this. I feel like everything, I see something that she does, I try it in my classroom, it works, and I love it. So it's like a very, very, very simple process here. She has a people drawing lesson and like an illustrations lesson. And also when I taught kindergarten, I bought like an illustration like bundle on TPT. So we might try doing that, because like they did a really good job with, you know, I don't want to see any white spaces, but like also there's no ground on this one, and she's still a stick figure. So just some room for improvement, but their writing as a whole, I'm really excited for. And a lot of them, it's just really different from last year because they actually went to first grade. My kids last year didn't go to first grade because it was all on Zoom, and half of their kindergarten got disrupted. So when it came to writing, it was like a struggle. But these kids seem to have like, you know, some skills for sure already. So I'm excited to jump deeper into writing. Next week we're gonna try to start a personal narrative unit. We're also going to really jump into math groups, and we're also starting our reading rotations. So definitely stay tuned for the weekly vlogs that are coming up, because I'm gonna have so much to share. I feel like this week was just kind of like, you know, a few things that we did, but next week is gonna be a big one. Now you guys are on my TV. This is seriously incredible. I love this tripod. But my highlight of the day was introducing some of our secret stories. So in our handwriting packet that I've shown you guys, we did A yesterday, and I realized I missed an opportunity to talk about A's secret story. But today we had I and U. So I was like, you know what? I might be able to introduce them today. So I did record it, I did film a little clip, so I'll try to put that in. But we did introduce all of our superhero vowels today, and they were so excited. I'm thinking we might be ready for at least a couple secrets. So the thing about our secrets is these are not dangerous or scary or bad at all. You can tell the stories to your mom and dad, and they're gonna be my turn. You can tell the stories to your mom and dad, and they're gonna be so impressed that you know these secrets. You can try, I guess you can try to tell your friends in the other classes. Maybe, we'll see. They have to prove that they're ready to be a good reader though. Sure, let me see. Oh, we can't find all of them out at one time. We cannot find all of them out at one time. Okay, so he's short and lazy, and sometimes he's a superhero. There's also our E. Everybody say E. E. When E is short and lazy, she's in disguise. So A and E have their disguises, just like Clark Kent. So Clark Kent is a regular guy, right? When he's not Superman, he just walks around in his glasses and he's in disguise. And no one's gonna know that he is Superman. So when we just say A and A is lazy, ah. When E is lazy, eh. E is lazy and he pretends to be a little old lady. He says, eh? I can't hear you, eh? What? Eh? I'm in disguise.
You're in disguise.
But when you puts on her super suit, say super suit. Say superhero cape. Puts on her superhero cape, she says her own name. She has the power. She has the power to say her name, and she says you. So we know that our superhero vowels, I don't even have enough hands. Our superhero vowels on your seat. Our superhero vowels have the power to say their name. Say power.
Power.
Say their name.
Say their name.
But when they're in disguise, they are lazy. I did my best to sell this as much as I could. There's always gonna be a couple cool cats who are okay, whatever, pretending like they're not excited about it. And they were asking me, begging me all day to teach them other stories. And I just kept telling them we already learned 5 today, that's too many. It ended up being about 12 minutes because I had to psych them up for it and then teach them all 5 of them. And then we practiced all 5 of them. But so far, so good. I think the engagement is there. And as we left today, they were begging me to teach them on Monday. So I'll see if there's I might put in Mama E, Babysitter E, maybe Sneaky Y, we'll see. I don't want to overwhelm them. I want this to be something that actually sticks and has meaning. So we'll see. I might hold it back, but this was just so much fun. And I have been waiting all summer to introduce these, and today was the day, and it was honestly incredible. All right, friends, so that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this first, almost kind of first week of school, first full week in my life that I've posted in a while. It has been so good to be back. Make sure that you hit the red button down below and subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss an upload, and make sure to follow me on Instagram as well. It's just Golden State Educate, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, everyone.